Godzilla 2000. In the game, Godzilla 2000 is categorized under the Earth Defenders faction and is available as a starter character on PlayStation 2 and Wii, with an attack rating of 5, defense of 4, and speed also rated at 5. Godzilla 2000 is a well-rounded character. Its weapon capabilities are rated at 4, and it has resistances to heat and nuclear attacks, although it is vulnerable to electricity. Godzilla 2000 boasts a diverse move set that includes powerful attacks such as jab, uppercut, atomic ray, and fireball, alongside defensive maneuvers like tail sweep and seismic toss. This combination of offensive and defensive abilities makes Godzilla 2000 a formidable presence in the game. Anguirus is a starter character in the game, categorized under the Earth Defenders faction. This armored ankylosaur-like monster boasts a balanced set of attributes with an attack rating of 4, defense at 8, and speed rated at 5. It has a weapon rating of 2, and is particularly resistant to concussive and explosive attacks, though it is vulnerable to edged attacks. In the PlayStation 2 version, Anguirus has special abilities that allow it to damage opponents while blocking physical attacks. When on all fours, it can avoid sweeps and overhead hits, also taking reduced damage from weapon fire. The Wii version enhances Anguirus's defensive capabilities further, as opponents striking its shell will be momentarily stunned and receive minor damage. Additionally, while on all fours, Anguirus is immune to damage from thrown structures and can jump during rushing attacks. Anguirus has a diverse move set including claw uppercut, punch, forefoot stomp, and various tail moves like tail spin and tail smash. Its unique abilities and solid defensive stats make Anguirus a formidable character in the game. Fire Rodan is a starter character in the game, classified under the Earth Defenders faction. This pterodactyl-like monster boasts a speed rating of 8, making it one of the faster characters, along with a weapon rating of 4. Its attack and defense ratings are 3 and 2 respectively. Fire Rodan has specific resistances and weaknesses. It is resistant to heat and nuclear attacks, but vulnerable to concussive, edged, and freezing attacks. Notably, while it takes reduced damage and knockback from heat-based attacks, edged attacks inflict significant damage. In terms of combat abilities, Fire Rodan has a diverse move set that includes various strikes such as jab, uppercut, and kick, along with unique maneuvers like fly roll and uranium heat beam. Its special attributes enhance its performance in battles, allowing it to soar through the air and execute powerful aerial attacks like the loop slam. Overall, Fire Rodan is a versatile character with strengths in speed and aerial combat, but requires careful handling against certain attack types. King Ghidorah, the formidable three-headed dragon, is a starter character in the game for PlayStation 2 and Wii, aligning with the Alien faction. With balanced attributes, he boasts an attack power of 7 and defense of 7, though his speed is relatively low at 3. His weapon effectiveness stands at 6. King Ghidorah is particularly resilient against various damage types, including alien energy, blunt, concussive attacks, and electricity, but he has a vulnerability to poison. One notable special attribute for the PlayStation 2 version is his reduced damage and knockback from blunt attacks. His move set includes a variety of offensive options such as jab, overhead, triple uppercut, and several powerful bites and kicks. Additionally, he can unleash devastating attacks like wind blast, tail sweep, dual tail slap, gravity beams, and has the ability to fly and crush opponents. Overall, King Ghidorah presents a balanced yet powerful option for players looking to dominate in the game. Gigan is an alien monster featured in the game, with distinct designs for different platforms. In the PlayStation 2 version, he appears as a cyber-eyed alien monster from 1972, while the Wii version showcases an upgraded, darker iteration from 2004. Gigan is a starter character available on both platforms, possessing an attack rating of 6, defense of 4, speed of 7, and a weapon rating of 3. He has resistances to alien energy and poison, but is weak against electricity. In the PlayStation 2 version, Gigan benefits from special attributes that reduce damage and knockback from alien energy attacks. His move set includes various attacks such as jab, hammer fist, uppercut, and power blades, along with unique abilities like laser eye and teleport. With a combination of speed and powerful attacks, Gigan stands out as a formidable character in the game. Megalon. Megalon, the formidable beetle monster from Seatopia, is classified under the Alien faction and is available as a starter character in both the PlayStation 2 and Wii versions of the game. With an attack rating of 5, defense of 3, and speed of 6, Megalon showcases a balanced set of abilities. He wields a weapon power of 5 and has resistances to electricity, explosive attacks, and heat. However, he is vulnerable to blunt and concussive damage. In terms of gameplay mechanics, Megalon possesses unique special attributes that allow him to take reduced damage from electric attacks while suffering significant damage from blunt strikes. His moveset includes a variety of powerful attacks such as jab, hammer fist double, horn uppercut, and more creative moves like power drill and horn lightning. Additionally, he can burrow underground and execute moves like windmill uppercut and slugger kick, making him a versatile combatant in the game. Destoroyah. Destoroyah is a crustacean mutant monster featured in the game. As part of the Mutants faction, Destoroyah is available as a starter character on PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. With an attack rating of 6 and defense of 5, Destoroyah exhibits low speed too, but compensates with a weapon rating of 8. This character has resistances to concussive, freezing, and nuclear attacks, while being vulnerable to edged, explosive, and heat damage. Destoroyah's moveset includes a variety of attacks such as jab, death from above, uppercut, and wing destruction, along with powerful techniques like tail skewer and merciless kick. Additionally, it can utilize unique abilities like micro-oxygen spray and oxygen absorber mines, culminating in its signature move, the Oxygen Destroyer. This diverse range of moves enables Destoroyah to be a formidable opponent in battles. Kiryu. Kiryu is a cyborg version of Godzilla and is part of the Global Defense Force faction. Available as a starter character on PlayStation 2 and Wii, Kiryu boasts balanced stats with an attack, defense, and speed rating of 5, alongside a weapon rating of 4. He has strong resistances against alien energy, edge, nuclear, and poison attacks, but is vulnerable to electricity. One of Kiryu's notable special attributes on the PlayStation 2 version is his reduced damage and knockback from edged attacks. His diverse move set includes powerful techniques such as jab, dual slam, uppercut, and the plasma sword, as well as unique abilities like flight and the absolute zero cannon. This combination of skills makes Kiryu a formidable character in the game, blending offensive power with defensive capabilities. Mogira. Mogira is a robotic monster featured in the game belonging to the Global Defense Force faction. Players can unlock Mogira on both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms by meeting specific requirements and paying a price of 5,000 points after unlocking the faction. In terms of combat statistics, Mogira has an attack rating of 3, defense rating of 2, speed rating of 8, and a weapon rating of 8. He is resistant to freezing and poison, but vulnerable to alien energy, concussive attacks, and electricity. The character has unique special attributes depending on the platform. On PlayStation 2, Mogira does not recharge energy unless standing still or charging faster, while blocking projectiles helps refill energy. In contrast, the Wii version starts Mogira with 3 filled energy cells that recharge slowly over time, but cannot be replenished otherwise. Mogira's moveset includes various attacks such as jab, overhead, uppercut, spin punch, power punch, EMP bomb, spark shower, spiral grenade, auto lasers, ground drill, helicopter spin, fierce repeat, eye lasers, plasma laser, power down, boosted jump, and rotating assault. These moves provide a diverse range of offensive capabilities for players navigating battles in the game. Mothra. Mothra, the iconic moth monster, is part of the Earth Defenders faction and is unlockable in the game for both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. Players can unlock Mothra without specific requirements for a price of 10,000 points. Mothra has 2 forms, Larva and Imago. In its larva form, Mothra has an attack rating of 3, defense of 2, speed of 8, and weapon power of 8. It is resistant to various damage types such as alien energy, electricity, explosive, freezing, heat, and nuclear, but is weak against poison. Notably, the larva form cannot block and can transform into Imago. The Wii version features unique attributes where Mothra automatically recharges energy over time, but cannot replenish it through other means. The larva's moves include a variety of attacks such as headbutt, tail whip, and energy powder, along with defensive maneuvers like burrow sprint and web. In its Imago form, Mothra's attack remains at 3, while defense increases to 4, speed drops to 6, and weapon power is also rated at 6. Similar to its larva form, Imago is resistant to the same damage types and weak against poison. The Wii version maintains the restriction that Mothra cannot destroy crystals while rushing. Imago features a diverse set of moves including jab, spiral dive, wind shockwave, and antennae beam. Overall, Mothra offers a unique gameplay experience with distinct abilities and strategies in both forms. King Caesar. King Caesar is an ancient Shisha monster featured in the game, classified under the Earth Defenders faction. In the Wii version, he is an unlockable character that can be accessed without any specific requirements for a cost of 10,000 points. King Caesar possesses a balanced set of attributes, an attack rating of 3, defense rating of 2, and a notable speed rating of 8, alongside a weapon rating of 8. He has strong resistances to various forms of attacks, including alien energy, concussive electricity, explosive, and heat. However, he is vulnerable to freezing and poison attacks. Notably, King Caesar begins the game with only one energy cell filled, which adds a unique strategic element to his gameplay. His moveset includes a variety of attacks such as jab, overhand, uppercut, and special moves like lightning kick and laser eyes, making him a versatile combatant in battles. Mechagodzilla 2. Mechagodzilla 2 is a cyborg version of Godzilla featured in the game. It belongs to the Global Defense Force faction and is unlockable on both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms, requiring players to unlock the Global Defense Force faction and accumulate 15,000 points. In terms of combat attributes, Mechagodzilla 2 has an attack rating of 4, defense rating of 7, speed rating of 4, and weapon rating of 7. It is resistant to edged attacks, freezing, and poison, but vulnerable to alien energy and electricity. On the PlayStation 2, it benefits from reduced damage and knockback from edged attacks, while on the Wii version, it starts with 4 energy cells filled. Mechagodzilla 2's moveset includes a variety of attacks such as jab, overhand, uppercut, machine punch, shotgun punch, and more advanced techniques like plasma uppercut and laser eyes. Its diverse arsenal allows for both close-range and range combat capabilities, enhancing its effectiveness in battles. Mechagodzilla. Mechagodzilla is a cyborg variant of Godzilla featured in the game. This character belongs to the Aliens faction and is unlockable on the Wii platform by meeting specific requirements, including unlocking the Aliens faction and accumulating 25,000 points. In terms of combat attributes, Mechagodzilla has an attack rating of 4, defense of 8, speed of 3, and a weapon score of 7. He is resistant to various damage types such as blunt, concussive, edged, freezing, heat, and poison, but is vulnerable to electricity and nuclear attacks. Notably, Mechagodzilla cannot utilize power surges in story mode. His moveset includes a variety of attacks such as jab, overhand, uppercut, machine punch, shotgun punch, and several kicks. Additionally, he features special abilities like flame nose, laser eyes, finger missiles, and a defensive shield. Overall, Mechagodzilla stands out as a powerful and versatile character within the game. Jet Jaguar. Jet Jaguar is a heroic robot featured in the game, belonging to the Global Defense Force faction. Players can unlock Jet Jaguar on both PlayStation 2 and Wii with specific requirements tied to the Global Defense Force faction. The unlocking price is set at $25,000 for PlayStation 2 and $30,000 for Wii. In terms of gameplay attributes, Jet Jaguar has balanced stats with an attack, defense, and speed rating of 5. He possesses a weapon rating of 1 and has resistances to freezing and poison, although he is weak against electricity. Jet Jaguar boasts unique special abilities that differ slightly between platforms. On PlayStation 2, he can change his size by growing or shrinking, which requires energy, while in his smaller form, he is immune to weapon attacks and can reflect them back at opponents. In contrast, the Wii version starts him with 4 filled energy cells. His moveset includes various attacks such as Jab, Windmill, Tiny Punch, Ground Smash, and more dynamic moves like Shrink and Grow. With a versatile array of combat techniques, Jet Jaguar stands out as a formidable character in the game. Orga. Orga is an alien monster featured in the game, belonging to the Aliens faction. Players can unlock Orga on the PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms by fulfilling the requirement of unlocking the Aliens faction with a price of 50,000 points. In terms of combat abilities, Orga has an attack rating of 8, defense rating of 5, speed rating of 4, and weapon rating of 4. He is resistant to blunt, concussive, and explosive attacks, but vulnerable to alien energy, heat, nuclear, and poison damage. Notably, Orga has a special attribute on the PlayStation 2 version that allows him to take reduced damage and knockback from blunt attacks. Orga's move set includes a variety of offensive techniques such as Jab, Ground Knuckle, Overhand Leap, and Mega Punch, as well as defensive maneuvers like Claw, Uppercut, and Stomp. Additionally, he possesses unique abilities like Paralyzing Goo and Shoulder Cannon, making him a versatile character in battle. Overall, Orga is a formidable opponent with distinct strengths and weaknesses that players can strategically utilize in gameplay. Batra. Batra is a dark moth monster featured in the game, belonging to the Mutants faction. Players can unlock Batra on the PlayStation 2 by completing the story mode and fulfilling specific requirements with a cost of 15,000 points. Batra has 2 forms, Larva and Imago. In its larva form, Batra has an attack rating of 4, defense of 5, speed of 2, and weapon power of 3. It is resistant to various types of damage, including alien energy, electricity, explosive, freezing, heat, and nuclear attacks, but is weak against poison. Notably, the larva form cannot block attacks but can transform into its Imago form. In contrast, the Imago form boasts an attack rating of 3, defense of 4, speed of 6, and weapon power of 6. It maintains resistance to nuclear attacks, but is vulnerable to heat. Overall, Batra presents a unique gameplay experience with its transformation ability and varying strengths across its 2 forms. Megaguirus, the Meganula queen resembling a dragonfly, is a mutant faction character available for unlocking in the game on both PlayStation 2 and Wii. To unlock Megaguirus on PlayStation 2, players must complete story mode to access the Mutants faction, costing 20,000 points. For Wii players, Megaguirus can be unlocked by completing the Enter General Gyozan stage in London, where they need to destroy 3 giant light teal crystals. After defeating the Autoragon later in the game, players can select the Wrath of Megaguirus stage to add her to their roster for the same price of 20,000 points. In terms of combat abilities, Megaguirus has an attack rating of 6, defense of 4, and a speed of 8. She is equipped with various moves including Pinch, Claw Overhand, Tail Stab, and more. Notably, she has special attributes that allow her to steal energy with each successful tail strike on PlayStation 2. While on Wii, she does not gain energy normally but can acquire it from crystals. Megaguirus is resistant to explosive and poison attacks, but is weak against nuclear attacks. Her diverse abilities and unique mechanics make her a formidable character within the game. Biolante. Biolante is a formidable plant monster featured in the game, classified under the Mutants faction. Players can unlock Biolante on the Wii version by completing specific tasks. To do so, users must play as the Earth Defenders and engage in the Rumble in the Surf stage located in Tokyo, where they need to destroy a unique building with a glowing green base and vines. Once this is accomplished, Biolante will briefly appear before vanishing. After defeating her in the subsequent Biolante stage, players can purchase her for 30,000 points. In terms of gameplay stats, Biolante boasts an attack rating of 8, defense of 5, speed of 1, and weapon capability of 3. She has resistances to blunt, concussive, nuclear, and poison attacks, but is vulnerable to edged, explosive, and heat damage. Notably, grapple attacks are ineffective against her except for those executed by King Caesar. Biolante's moveset includes a variety of vine-based attacks such as Vine Jab, Burrowing Vines, and Mega Bite, among others. These abilities emphasize her strength as a plant monster capable of engaging in diverse combat strategies. Mecha King Ghidorah. Mecha King Ghidorah is the cybernetic version of the iconic monster King Ghidorah featured in the game. He belongs to the Global Defense Force faction and is an unlockable character on both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. To unlock Mecha King Ghidorah on PlayStation 2, players must first unlock the Global Defense Force faction and then pay a price of 25,000 points. On the Wii, he becomes available after defeating King Ghidorah during the invasion level in San Francisco, while playing as an Earth Defender character, such as Anguirus or Baragon. This requires a payment of 50,000 points. In terms of gameplay attributes, Mecha King Ghidorah has balanced attack and defense ratings of 6, a speed rating of 3, and a weapon rating of 7. He has resistances to blunt, concussive, and edged attacks, but is vulnerable to alien energy, electricity, heat, nuclear damage, and poison. Notably, he can absorb weapon attacks to replenish his health, but suffers significant damage from most weapon types, except for concussive ones. His moveset includes a variety of attacks such as jab, overhead, triple uppercut, and several tail-based moves like tail sweep and tail slap. Additionally, he can utilize gravity beams and taser attacks, along with defensive capabilities like a shield and flight. Overall, Mecha King Ghidorah offers a unique blend of offensive power and special abilities within the game. Obsidius. Obsidius is a volcanic monster featured in the game, belonging to the Mutants faction. He is an unlockable character available on both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. To unlock Obsidius on PlayStation 2, players must first complete the story mode to access the Mutants faction, requiring a cost of 20,000 points. For Wii users, he can be unlocked by playing as the Global Defense Force in the Big Trouble stage in Seattle, where players must destroy 2 cone-shaped crystals in a volcanic area and then defeat Obsidius in a subsequent battle. In terms of gameplay attributes, Obsidius has an attack rating of 4, defense of 5, speed of 2, and weapon strength of 3. He is resistant to various types of damage, including alien energy, electrical, explosive, freezing, heat, and nuclear attacks, but is weak against poison. A notable special attribute on the Wii version is his immunity to lava during the Seattle stage. However, it is important to note that his stats presented in story mode may be inaccurate. Obsidius has a diverse move set that includes jab, hammer fist, overhead clap, blender, double punch, kick stomp, vault kick, tail snap, reverse tail, head slam, rip it up, body slam, inferno, and menace. Titanosaurus. Titanosaurus is an aquatic dinosaur monster featured in the game, belonging to the Mutants faction. In the Wii version, players can unlock Titanosaurus by completing specific tasks. To do so, they must use the Global Defense Force faction to play the soloist stage in Sydney, where they need to destroy 3 circular ice structures using a beam. Once these structures are destroyed and the level is cleared, players must then defeat Titanosaurus in the Awakening Titanosaurus level to add him to their shop for a price of 25,000. In terms of combat abilities, Titanosaurus has an attack rating of 6, defense of 5, speed of 3, and a weapon rating of 3. He is resistant to freezing and nuclear attacks, but is vulnerable to concussive and explosive damage. His moveset includes various attacks such as punches, kicks, tail slams, and special moves like Sonic Wave and Wind Blast, allowing for diverse combat strategies. Baragon. Baragon is a subterranean reptile monster featured in the game, aligned with the Earth Defenders faction. He is an unlockable character on both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms, requiring 15,000 points for access. On the PlayStation 2, Baragon can be unlocked without specific requirements, while on the Wii, players must use the alien faction to complete a stage that frees him from crystal influence before defeating him in a subsequent stage. In terms of gameplay attributes, Baragon has an attack rating of 6, defense of 5, and speed of 7. He is equipped with a weapon rating of 2 and shows resistance to blunt and concussive attacks, but is vulnerable to concussive, edged, and freezing attacks. Notably, while on all fours, he is immune to sweeps and takes reduced damage from weapon fire. His ability to attack while moving and execute jumping maneuvers adds to his versatility. The Wii version grants Baragon automatic energy recharge over time, although he cannot replenish it manually. His move set includes various attacks such as Fire Breath, Burrow, and multiple kicks and punches, making him a formidable opponent in battles. Overall, Baragon's unique abilities and attack strategies contribute significantly to his role in the game. Crystalak. Crystalak is a crystalline monster featured in the game, belonging to the Mutants faction. This character is unlockable on the Wii version, requiring players to complete specific tasks to gain access. To unlock Crystalak, players must use the alien faction to play the Terran Mind Control level set in New York, where they need to destroy a large crystal structure located in a crater. After approximately 9 days, the Rise of Crystalak stage will become available, and defeating Crystalak there will add this character to the shop for 20,000 points. In terms of gameplay attributes, Crystalak has an attack rating of 6, defense of 5, and speed of 6 with a weapon rating of 4. He is resistant to freezing and nuclear attacks, but is weak against concussive and explosive damage. His move set includes various attacks such as jab, overhead, head uppercut, and special abilities like Prism Beam and Crystal Overload, making him a versatile choice for players looking to harness his unique crystalline powers in battles. Varan is a Triffian monster resembling a sugar glider, featured in the game. He belongs to the Earth Defenders faction and is unlockable on the Wii version. To unlock Varan, players must use the alien faction to complete them on the mothership level by destroying 3 challenging purple structures, then defeat Varan in the Evicting Varan mission. He can be purchased for 30,000 points in the shop. In terms of combat abilities, Varan has an attack rating of 5, defense of 4, and speed of 7 with a weapon rating of 2. He is resistant to electricity and alien energy, but is weak against concussive attacks and poison. Varan's move set includes various attacks such as punches, kicks, and special abilities like the Oral Beam and Concentrated Blast, making him a versatile character in battles. Space Godzilla. Space Godzilla is a crystal-like version of Godzilla and serves as an antagonist in the game. He belongs to the Mutants faction and is an unlockable character on both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. To unlock Space Godzilla on PlayStation 2, players must complete the story mode to access the Mutants faction, requiring a price of 100,000 points. For the Wii version, players need to collect at least 4 power surges using the Mutant faction and defeat the Tyrant level, after which Space Godzilla becomes available for purchase at the same price. In terms of combat stats, Space Godzilla has an attack rating of 4, defense of 5, speed of 2, and a weapon rating of 8. He resists various types of damage, including alien energy and nuclear attacks, but is weak against edged attacks. Special attributes vary between platforms. On PlayStation 2, nearby crystals enhance his energy rate, and he can use telekinesis to grab opponents while taking reduced damage from alien energy attacks. In contrast, the Wii version features slower energy regeneration for Space Godzilla. His move set includes a variety of attacks such as Punch, Psychic Uppercut, Heavy Left, and special abilities like Crystal Beam and Telekinetic Grab. Overall, Space Godzilla offers unique gameplay mechanics that enhance his role as a formidable opponent in the game. Godzilla 1990s. In the video game, the 1990s version of Godzilla is categorized under the Earth Defenders faction. This character is unlockable on both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms, with specific requirements for each. On PlayStation 2, players can unlock Godzilla 1990s without any prerequisites for a cost of 20,000 points. For the Wii, Players must purchase at least one monster from each faction or complete the game with each faction, also costing 20,000 points. Godzilla 1990s has an attack rating of 4, defense of 5, speed of 4, and weapon strength of 5. It boasts resistances to heat and nuclear attacks, but is vulnerable to electricity. Notably, in the Wii version, this character is not available in story mode. The moveset includes a variety of attacks such as jab, overhand, uppercut, and atomic ray, among others. Overall, Godzilla 1990s is a versatile character with a strong balance of defensive and offensive capabilities. Godzilla 1954. Godzilla 1954 is a playable character in the game, categorized under the Earth Defenders faction. This version of Godzilla is unlockable on the Wii platform, requiring players to have all other monsters or a specific amount of playtime, with a purchase price set at 100,000 in-game currency. In terms of gameplay statistics, Godzilla 1954 has balanced attack and defense ratings of 5, a speed rating of 3, and a weapon rating of 4. He possesses resistances to heat and nuclear attacks, but is vulnerable to electricity. Notably, this character is not available in story mode. Godzilla 1954's moveset includes various attacks such as jab, overhand, uppercut, and atomic ray, as well as defensive maneuvers like tail sweep and tail reverse. His diverse abilities make him a formidable opponent in battles within the game. Atragon. Atragon is a flying multipurpose warship featured as a mini-boss in the story mode of Godzilla Unleashed. Although it plays a significant role in the narrative, it is classified as an unplayable character and primarily serves as an enemy. Players may encounter the Atragon multiple times throughout the game, especially under specific conditions. The craft is equipped with various attacks, including a ramming attack, laser barrage, and missiles / main cannon, making it a formidable opponent in battles. Sydney. In the game, the arena of Sydney has undergone a dramatic transformation due to the chaotic effects of crystals, turning it from a vibrant hotspot in the outback into a desolate frozen wasteland. Players will experience a unique battleground where snow falls continuously, creating a stark contrast to the typical environment. This setting serves as the backdrop for epic battles between giant monsters, enhancing the game's atmosphere and challenge on both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. San Francisco. In the game, the San Francisco arena is characterized as one of the cleaner environments, yet it remains affected by significant crystal activity. The arena's boundaries are defined by imposing waterfalls and shattered bridges, a result of increased seismic activity in the area. This setting adds to the chaos and destruction typical of Godzilla's world, providing players with a visually striking backdrop for their battles. The arena is available on PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. Osaka. In the game, the Osaka arena is characterized by a thick green smog that envelopes the city. While this smog does not pose any harm to the monsters, it does create a slight visual obstruction during combat, affecting their line of sight. The arena is available on both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms, making it accessible for players looking to engage in monster battles in this unique environment. Monster Island. Monster Island is an unlockable arena in the game, available on the PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. It can be unlocked without specific requirements for a price of 10,000 points. This unique location is known for being a habitat shared by various kaiju and scientists, making it a hotspot for some of the world's most dangerous monsters. The arena's layout features minimal buildings, allowing monsters to interact with the environment by picking up and destroying rocks scattered throughout the stage or using them as cover during battles. London. In the game, the arena set in London is an unlockable feature available on PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. Players can access this floating version of London, which showcases iconic landmarks now transformed into a battleground for monstrous creatures. To unlock this arena, players need to accumulate 15,000 points, with no additional requirements necessary. The elevated cityscape adds a unique twist, allowing for dynamic gameplay as monsters engage in combat amidst the sky-high setting. Tokyo. Tokyo is an unlockable arena in the game, available on PlayStation 2 and we for a price of 20,000 points. The city has been severely affected by environmental changes, resulting in a perpetual state of rainfall. This relentless weather has led to significant flooding, submerging much of the urban landscape and leaving only the tallest buildings and iconic landmarks above water. The transformed megalopolis serves as a haunting backdrop for the game's action, reflecting the consequences of climate change on a global scale. Seattle. The Seattle Arena in the game is an unlockable stage, characterized by a massive volcano that envelopes the city in ash and lava. Players can access this arena without any specific requirements, simply by spending 25,000 points. Unique to this stage are environmental hazards. Monsters that step into the flowing lava will incur minor heat damage. This adds an extra layer of strategy to gameplay, as players must navigate the dangerous terrain while battling opponents. New York. In the game, the New York Arena is unlockable, requiring no specific conditions for access on PlayStation 2 and Wii with a price of 30,000 points. The arena remains largely unaffected by natural disasters, but serves as the landing site for the cosmic creature Space Godzilla. This event has left behind a significant crater and a striking forest of crystals near the city's outskirts, marking the area as both a battleground and a visual spectacle influenced by the extraterrestrial threat. Mothership. The Mothership is an unlockable arena in the game, available for both PlayStation 2 and Wii platforms. For PlayStation 2, players can unlock it without any specific requirements by spending 35,000 points. On the Wii, it can be accessed by either destroying the ship during the invasion stage in San Francisco and selecting it afterward, or by playing as the alien faction after another faction has defeated the vessel. The price remains the same at 35,000 points. This arena, once a massive vessel for the Vortex, has crash-landed on Earth and now resembles many devastated cities. The environment features scattered crystals and is notably tilted at an angle, adding to its unique and challenging gameplay dynamics.